So, as part of our special series on businesses getting ready for Brexit, and in conjunction with the local enterprise office, we've come to the business park here in Waterford Airport to talk to one man about how they're getting Brexit ready. And as part of that, John Dawson, who runs Bell Transport and Logistics, knows everything about getting goods in and out of the country. He is an expert, and his views shouldn't be taken lightly. John, tell us a little bit about the business here.
We're operating a freight forwarding and customs clearance service here, Damien. We're operating here for, not in the airport, but we're operating for the last 17 years doing freight forwarding, customs clearance.
Are you busy?
We're very busy, yes. We're getting ready for the Brexit.
What do you do?
If you're importing goods from outside the EU, we clear the goods for you. We act as an agent between the customs and the customer. That's what we do. We advise the VAT, customs duty, and then we collect the VAT and the duty on behalf of the revenue, and we pass this on to the revenue.
What is happening at present in terms of businesses preparing for Brexit?
Some businesses are very prepared, but most of them are not. They'll need to get themselves organised, have an agent, or they can do it themselves, and they'll have to have their goods cleared at the border when it's coming in from the UK if Brexit does happen. If it doesn't happen, they won't have to do that. They'll continue as normal for another year or so.
Will you be able to continue with your current staffing arrangements, or would you look at taking more on?
We're presently looking to take on more staff because we have to get prepared for it. We're going to train up the staff, but whether we need them on the 1st of November, we don't know yet. So it's a very unclear situation as to exactly what's going to happen.
So will you provisionally say to people, you have a job on the 1st of November if something happens, or what are you doing yourself to prepare?
Well, what we're doing at the moment is we're taking on up to 10 staff in the next couple of months. We'll have those staff trained, and then if the Brexit happens, then we may look at taking on more staff on top of that. We'll have to wait and see.
And so far, your connections with your colleagues, would say in the UK or elsewhere, do you think people are really aware of the potential problems that might exist?
I wouldn't think so, no. I don't think people are going to be aware of what's going to exist until it actually happens. For instance, you probably heard on most of the radio stations today that the government or the revenue are advising about importation of goods that are bought online, and that the extra costs and that it's going to be a 40%, up to a 40% increase on people buying clothes and that from the UK, and then they're going to have charges to ourselves then to clear those goods. So it's going to be quite a sizable sum.
Could you believe it when you heard that Brexit might happen?
I was kind of inkling that it was going to happen, and kind of preparing for it since.
The local enterprise office are making massive strides to try and educate people. How important is that?
Well, you can only educate them up to a certain point, but the enterprise board are doing all they can but people are not taking heed of this. So it's the people that are not taking heed of it are going to be the people that are going to be in funny situations when it comes around.
And you would advise them straight away to get out there and do something about it?
Well, they should be prepared for it anyway. Whatever about doing something straight away, but be prepared for it. We're looking at starting from the 1st of October as if it was a Brexit situation, and we're going to start clearing goods in and out of the UK on a test system that we'll have on the computer. So we will be educating both staff and customers regarding that.